Manny yeah. Who else caught the fucking fight yesterday there? That was fucking mad there. Tyson back in the ring. Pascal, the guy's fucking 54 years old there. Fucking hell. Last time I saw two Yeti punching on like that, it was at the 1991 Buffalo Cup final between South Melbourne and Preston. Crazy days back then. The big trio, South Melbourne Hellas, Melbourne Croatia, Preston Macedonia. Pare tis murlis. Roy Jones Jr. as well still had a little bit of speed, but I could see his fucking mentality going into the ring. I could see his plan. Get the fuck away from him, man. He was walking sideways like that, throwing one bunyard and going, fuck this, there, fucking come here, let's have a hug. I don't fucking blame you, Roy Jones. Me personally, if I was fighting Tyson, I would have walked to the ring with Pater Thanasi to one side of me. 54, 104, I don't give a fuck. I would have turned to Pater Thanasi and said, Pater, do what you need to do though. It's not gonna end well. Fuck. Kati bunhes. I've been following his transformation over the last few months and couldn't wait to fucking see him in the ring again. And then the day came and I thought, Remalaka, do I really want to part with $60 to see a couple of old cunts fighting in the ring? But I'm glad I did there. I'm from a fucking vintage. We all remember Mike Tyson in his prime. We lived it there. That Michael Spinks fight, fucking insane there. The fucking build up, then 90 seconds later it's all over. One bunyard down, tsak, gone. Fuck there. The guy was larger than life like Maradona and we lived it. Those types of athletes like him, Maradona, they come around once in a fucking lifetime of them. And we're privileged to be able to witness them in their prime. And whatever the fuck goes on in their lives outside the ring or off the pitch, none of our fucking business there. We don't know what it's like. Someone like Maradona, someone like Tyson, come from the fucking slums there. Tyson used to get bullied when he was fucking young. Used to get the shit kicked out of him. Was always running around scared. And then he discovered that he had this fucking inner power. And he got nurtured. He found a strong father figure. Started to focus and train hard. And then before he knew it, he was fucking world champion. Barely fucking into his 20s. The youngest ever world heavyweight champion. King of the fucking world there. Making millions of dollars. Being able to sack wherever he wanted. Ever think about what that does to your fucking head? We can't even conceive of that level of fucking magia. Maybe one or two of us can. Same with Maradona. Comes from the fucking slums. Poverty. His father was indigenous, which meant that socially he was looked down upon as well. And the whole fucking family discovered that he had this fucking gift. So then they put all the fucking expectations on him to carry the whole family there. You're gonna be the one, you're the golden child, you're gonna get us out of here. And he did. Then 1986 he finds himself at the World Cup and all of Argentina is saying to him, you're gonna win the World Cup for us. The whole fucking country there. Let alone all the fucking millions of fans he had around the world. They're all going, you're gonna do it today. It's you, you're the one. Can you imagine that fucking pressure? And add to that as well the fucking Falklands War that had just ended. Argentinians are still fucking upset about that. And they come across the enemy during the fucking finals at the World Cup. And he scores that fucking goal of the century. Takes on the whole fucking team, bro. Like he was in fucking school. Like he was a year 12 playing against year 7s. Give me the ball with that move, tack, in. And then the second one, he goes up for the header and puts his fist up a little cheeky one, tack like that, knocks it in like we've all done on the playground, on the pitch. Just a little bit of a cheeky, with a hand. You don't expect to get away with it. He does it, and as soon as he lands, he glances around to the linesman expecting to get caught out to just go, all right, relax, I was just fucking around. But the linesman's got his flag down, doesn't see it. So he goes, all right, fuck yeah, it's a goal. And we look at him, we go, fuck, he cheated. This, that, he cheated at him, I like it. You got to look at it in context. Being in Australia, we always look at that incident through the prism of the British perspective. But try look at it from the Argentinian perspective. They've come up against their enemy, so they're going, you know what, fuck yeah. You took the Falkland Islands, all bets are off. This is personal. Panagami fis. Now, whether you think it's right or wrong, Kala, we have that privilege to be able to sit back and make a judgment. I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong. Just trying to understand from the Argentinian perspective. When you come up in a situation like that, and the mindset is all bets are fucking off of it. You're Tyson, fucking hell, man. How many memories has he provided for us? Highlights, videos, links, things that we can go back and watch and be inspired by again and again. And to see him in the ring again, boxing, Mike Tyson, in the ring again, boxing at 54, ripped, cut, and then after it being pumped again, fuck it, like, let's do it again today. This was fucking sick. How inspiring was that today? Made me want to get out my old fucking taekwondo suit, do some fucking stretches and start throwing some side kicks. Nice. What a weekend for fucking icons today. And those of us who are old enough to have witnessed these fucking legends in their prime, what a gift for us. So I was happy to pay that $60 even though there was no fucking crowd. At least fucking throw in some audio from a fucking previous fight there so we can fucking make believe that there's fucking people in the audience. It was all black around there anyway, you couldn't fucking see anything. Use your fucking imagination, fucking pay-per-view, my like, yeah, side there. Oh yeah, you're asking about the moustache, I had to shave it off there. I'm starting to get fucking requests for auditions for fucking commercials. It's taken off. You people are kicking this thing off into the fucking stratosphere. It's fucking mad there. And to show my thanks, I've started this new thing. I'm going to give you my favourite word for the week. No rhyme or reason, just a word that I love saying. Bugatsa. Say it again with me. Bugatsa. What's a bugatsa? Go look it up. Have a mad week there. I'll be back soon with my shirt and tie. A little bit more formal, but no less fucking... What else? Hey there, get out in the sun there. What are you doing inside? Fucking hell.